pretty impressive today.
Well, he's been impressive since we saw him in junior college. You know, here's a guy that we've had pretty good success with some of these guys that weren't really recruited out of high school. He was a baseball player, thought he was going to turn pro. That didn't happen. We stayed on him. We wanted to get him his first year in junior college, but the head coach said, no, we need him for the next year. And kind of an agreement deal, and then he came. So I think, you know, what people have seen is the Justin Evans that we've seen forever. And I may have told the story before, but, you know, when you're playing Alabama in a game like that, and the leading rusher, the Heisman Trophy guy comes over after you shake Nick's hand and says, hey, Coach, where's 14? And I said, what? He said, where's 14? He goes, that dude's a player, because he'd hit him in the face about 2 or 3 times that day, and unlike he'd been hit. So, you know, that's the kind of respect that Justin Evans has. You know, everybody talks about his range from a free safety spot, and you know, he's a hitter, he's smart, he's a great young man, and you know, he's got a really bright future.
Yeah, what could I know you're not an NFL coach, but what could an NFL coach look for in a safety that Justin Evans doesn't provide? I
mean, I think the only thing that what we're talking about is, you know, in our league, you got, you know, every team's got one of those guys, and they might be a little bit bigger, but I think he's shown through his tape, not just his numbers today, but he's shown through his tape that he's physical. He's got range, he'll hit, and he's got great ball skills too. So he's going to be just fine. I'll put it that way, based on guys I talked to today.
Did it surprise you at all when Miles said he wanted to run today?
No, nothing surprised me about Miles. Like I said, you know, he's a competitor, and when he gets around his teammates, he's even more of a competitor. And when he gets in when he puts on his cleats and puts on his stuff, he's not coming out here to stand around. So, you know, he was, you know, quietly, he wasn't very happy with his 40 time in Indy, and he was going to try to better that today. That's who he is. He always wants to be better. And as I said before, I think, you know, him playing this year with that injury and doing the things that he did, when others would have mailed it in and just said, hey, look, I'm not playing. It was for his teammates, for Texas A&M, and it was about his competitive nature, and that's who he is.
How proud are you of Josh Reynolds from the path of his arrival?
The path of no scholarships, and Pat Henry called me and said, hey, there's a triple jumper out there, and he's all right, but he's really skinny, and then driving through Tyler. I was with a guy last night, we had some donors in, and a guy picked me up in Tyler when I first got the job, and went through there, and we're watching practice, and David Bay goes, man, this guy's pretty good. And we're like, who? We got all these list of guys, you know, we're out to recruit in East Texas, and watching practice, man, he is good. And he's smooth, he can catch it, you know, is he fast? Same questions everybody's asking right now. So no offers, no nothing. Coach said, hey, you can, kind of like Darrell Walker, who's was he all-star in the Canadian Football League. So, you know, we've had great success with these guys that from an evaluation standpoint, and you know, he gets here in January. Coach agreed to let him go, unlike Justin's coach, but he let him go and came here, and I guess all he did was catch 13 touchdowns his first season. So, you know, he's a guy that I get all these terms from NFL guys. He's got build-up speed. So I said, well, where I come from, speed. So all I know is he runs by people, and he catches the ball, and he'll do the same thing at the next level.
How do you thought he looked today?
You know, I was over there doing a bunch of things. I think his tape and what he's doing right now. I think what you saw today was a team effort based on Trevor and what guys wanting to help Trevor's status. And so, you know, I don't know. We were running different routes. We had 7-step drop stuff. We did a lot of different things that he may or may not have been comfortable with. But he's, you know, his tape speaks for itself, and his toughness is, I mean, he's. It won't probably be the first day, but it's not going to take very long for people to call his name. I'll put it that way.
Miles' new presence on social media surprising to you at all?
I don't know. Yeah, this like these guys out here right now. I get, once these agents and everything get a hold of you, it's different. So I'm not, I'm not kind of a social media czar. You guys know that, or anything like that. So, that's part of growing up and marketability. So, they pay those guys for a lot of different things, shoes to wristbands and all that stuff. I mean, you only got a small window to make that kind of money, and whatever you can do to market yourself at that point is only going to help you.
Coach, talking heads that might think that Miles shouldn't be the #1 guy, what would you say to them?
Nothing. That's their fault. He was the #1 guy in high school. He's the #1 guy now. So they'll figure it out. If they don't, they'll figure it out on Sunday.
What does it take for a guy to be able to keep that same status from high school to college over that time?
Different. I mean, he's a different guy. I mean, he's built differently. His parents are different. His dad's outside. He's not even in here. And so, his parents were that way. His sister was that way. It speaks a lot to his upbringing and, how he was in high school. And he's the same guy. And very rarely do you get the low maintenance great player. I just put it that way. And he's all of those things. But don't let that fool you. Because when he puts his hand on the ground, he's ready to roll.
I guess on another subject, Friday Night Lights, how important is that?
It's big. It's big. Tomorrow night, it's kind of a busy week. We had practice yesterday. We got all these people here today, and then we got Friday Night Lights. It's free. It's really the biggest scrimmage that we have. The spring game is on TV. We'll do some things different. You guys get on me about the scoring system and everything else. We'll see what happens. Nobody understands that. So, but Friday night is a real scrimmage and situational kind of control. But it's an evaluation process for us. It's great because it's the theme is really about high school football in the state of Texas. And turn on the lights, get in Kyle Field. We ain't gonna start till 8 o'clock at night. The students are here. We got free food, got free everything for the students. So those who can't go to Chili Fest or maybe underaged, all right, we got a spot for you, right? You come out there and get the night kicked off, and it's pretty good advertisement, wasn't it? We got a place for you to go Friday night, and meet some other people, and then about 10 o'clock, you can head out and do your thing.
I'm impressed with the Chili Fest reference.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're in competition right now. So, we started the first year. Nobody really knew what it was, and we had a great crowd. Governor, everybody was here. And then since then we had the stadium renovation. We haven't been able to do it, and then we had rain, and we've been in here. So our guys are excited to be back in Kyle Field Friday night. It'll be a great time.